Welcome to the Hunger Action Heroes podcast. Hunger Action Heroes is a production of the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent. The Food Bank of the Golden Crescent was established in 1986 as the Community Food Bank in Victoria, Texas. Our mission is helping heal the hurt of hunger in our 11-county service area: Calhoun, Colorado, DeWitt, Goliad, Gonzales, Jackson, Lavaca, Matagorda, Refugio, Victoria, and Wharton. We passionately advocate for a hunger-free Texas. Your host, Chris Doelle, will bring you a message from our sponsor and get right into the episode. Stick around.
The Hunger Action Heroes podcast by the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent is made possible by the generous support of the HEB Hunger Relief Program. HEB Hunger Relief works year-round to fight hunger in Texas and Mexico. Hunger relief has been a key focus for HEB since the first store opened back in 1905. For more than a century now, HEB's commitment and involvement in the communities it serves has been an important part of the way the company does business. Since the inception of the Hunger Relief Program, HEB has donated over 1 billion pounds of food to help nourish neighbors in communities throughout Texas and Mexico. Thank you to the HEB Hunger Relief Program.
All right, everybody, join me in welcoming Kelli Metzenthin to the show. Kelli, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Now, we're going to talk about the work you're doing with the Columbus Food Pantry, but I like to first go back a little bit and tell me, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Fort Bend County in the Sugar Land, Missouri City area.
Nice, okay, so you're still in that area, correct?
No, actually, we retired and moved permanently to Columbus 3 years ago.
Oh, nice. And Columbus, you know, I know the whole state by their high school sports teams. I bet you, whether you're a sports fan or not, you know something about Grayson Rigdon, right?
Yes, we are just eternally grateful to the Rigdon family and very proud of all our athletes. Both,
no doubt.
All of them, yes.
I love that. Well, let's stay back and tell me, about growing up, what you got involved in, how your business career, stuff like that.
Well, my business career, I had 3 careers. First, I was 13 years as a medical administrator, and then 13 years of a CFO of a statewide distribution business. And then I went into the nonprofit world for 13 years. I was 6 years in development, as development director for 2 different agencies. And then I accepted a position of executive director for the Literacy Council of Fort Bend, which was a nonprofit or is a nonprofit organization that focuses on adult literacy. Mm-hmm. And we use volunteers for tutors, and we help adults get their GED, get their citizenship. English as a second language is our largest program, as you can imagine. And then we did, in partnership with Houston Community College, we did some workplace training and certifications also.
Nice. So tell me, you haven't been with the Columbus Food Pantry for 13 years.
No, I've been with them for 3 years.
Okay, good. So we got some time.
Yeah.
Nice. So how did you get involved with the food pantry?
When we retired and moved out to Columbus permanently, a member of the church we decided to attend and join asked me if I would fulfill her place on the board. The food pantry board gets referrals from area churches for board members, and I said that sounded fine. Nice.
And then what did that entail, and how did you transition to what you're currently doing?
Well, I didn't think it was going to entail a whole lot because I was retiring, but I was on the board as a board member for 2 months, and then I became president in month 3. So, but it does, since we are all volunteers and we do have a certain amount of reporting that we have to do and data mining and, and purchasing and regulations. It entails a little bit more than I thought it would, but I have found a volunteer family. And when you're new to a small town, that's real important. And I can't say enough about how fulfilling it's been and how meaningful on top of that.
Yeah, excellent. And talk about the Columbus Food Pantry. What services are provided there?
Well, once a month, we distribute food. We distribute groceries to people who qualify. Last year, we averaged 242 households a month. And for a town with a population of 3,600, that's a lot.
Yeah.
We actually we served over 550 families altogether. Not everybody comes every month. We are here to supplement and help people get back on their feet and try not to create a dependency. And I think we've done well with that, because the average number of households that comes every month, trying to think about how I'm trying to say this. Oh, the average number of households that came every month was 5. Mm-hmm. So 3% of our average need us every month, and those are senior citizens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what do you do, or is it something you're doing that kind of makes sure they don't build that dependency, or is it just this is the nature of your community?
It's just the nature of the community. We serve, I think, in all communities, your Habitats for Humanity, your other nonprofits. We're all serving the same client.
Right.
So we're trying to do a rounded service for our clients, and I think all the above, all your nonprofits and your churches help people get off the ground through different services and not create a dependency on any of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And have you seen, in the 3 years you've been doing this, have you seen a growth, a decline, how, as far as the number of people you're serving?
It's a growth. In 2020, when we got our 501c3 and became truly independent, that's when the data was really starting to be mined. And so we've gone from an average household per month of 192 to 242 in 5 years.
Got it. Excellent. And talk about what you actually provide, when those people come and they, get some help, what do they actually receive?
Monthly, of course, it varies per month, what's available and budget, but 11 months out of 12 and probably 12 out of 12, we've been able to at least provide a pound of meat and a canned meat, whether it be a tuna or a chicken or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Several canned goods, your basic canned goods, your mixed vegetables, your corn, your green beans, things like that. We provide kind of switch off between beans and rice. Mm-hmm. Then we usually provide a pasta and a pasta sauce, peanut butter and jelly, a bread. If we can get fresh vegetables, we do. Our Lutheran church in town provides fresh produce twice a month, and so that helps a lot. So it's 2 grocery bags full of groceries. Nice.
And then you had mentioned depending upon funding. What are your funding sources, and why do they fluctuate?
Well, they've been real good lately, so I can't complain at all. But our sources are individuals, our area churches, and grants. We've been able to explore the grant writing area, and I have a lot of experience in that professionally. So it's made it very simple, and for everybody it can be daunting, and so I've been able to fill that slot. So basic and private foundations. We don't use any government funding because with all volunteers, we really do not have a staff or volunteers to keep up with the reporting on government grants. And I don't even know if there's any out there. I just know my experience with them. But we do get our food sources from the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent, which is USDA. So there is our government source.
Got it. And talk about your volunteers. You mentioned them. What is your workforce and how does it fluctuate?
Well, it's great. Our area churches pick a month to send volunteers over, and we have a scheduled calendar. We have people that are not from the area churches. I mean, we have the student councils of the elementary, the junior high, and the high school that have a month, and then their National Honor Society. So we are providing a youth program. I like to think we're providing a youth program to teach them how to give back also, and they seem to have a lot of fun. Local businesses. We have our local nursing home that sends over volunteers. We have realtors that send over volunteers. And more than that, but then on top of that, our local service clubs, our Lions, our Optimists, our Daughters of the American Revolution, those kind of groups. So we have a wide range of volunteers from elementary school to senior citizens.
That's awesome. And you mentioned the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent being the food source. Talk about that relationship. Obviously, that relationship predates when you arrived there, but talk about how you work with those guys.
It's a great relationship. Your area regional food banks are just, I don't know what we would do without them. They funnel the food, and we order from every month, and they are able to present what's available. I can't imagine if it all came from the USDA and Feed America to the local food pantries every month. It seems like a heavy system, but it's really not. The way it streams it down to the locals, it's very organized. I can't say enough about the staff at the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent, and then they come visit us on occasion, and we have an annual audit. And I will say that staff does everything possible to make sure they have healthy relationships with the volunteers. And, if a food bank has a paid staff member with volunteers and boards and paid staff members of the local food pantries, it really is very impressive.
Yeah, they do a great job. If you could call out one or two of the personnel there that you work with and enjoy that relationship.
Oh, well, the CEO, Robin, has been very helpful, especially to me. I had worked in a child advocates agency. I had worked in a federally qualified community health center agency, and then basic education, and then I knew nothing about a food pantry, nothing. Mm-hmm. So Robin and Francis Santinella and Kathy Mayo and Gabby were very helpful in kind of showing me the ropes. Yeah, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, definitely. So, what do you see the outlook is for the Columbus Food Pantry? Is it growing? Is it do you see offering more services or just serving more people?
I think we will be serving more people. It's not a huge job. Of course, we haven't had a major hurricane, flood, or a COVID or anything like that happen in the last 5 years, right? Or since Harvey and COVID. But I don't see us providing other services because we have other agencies who do that, and we certainly don't want to duplicate services. We also don't want to have mission creep, where we get off mission. Now, perhaps someday the board gets together and decides we're going to change our mission and do that, but I don't see that in the foreseeable future, because what we do is really a lot for volunteers. It's a commitment. It's a huge commitment. And it's really impressive to see these volunteers who are out there for distribution and for bagging. I mean, it's 2 days a month, plus the administrative work behind the scenes. So I don't see us doing more. What I do see is us perhaps agreeing with and recognizing other services that are needed and helping get a program off the ground through another 501c3 or forming, helping with that, advising, having a collaborative effort with that. I don't know what that would look like, but that was just kind of a broad statement, but I see it. Right. I hope everybody gets what I said.
Yeah. So, and it's good. Tell me about the service area that y'all cover.
We cover Colorado County, except Weimar and Eagle Lake, and those exceptions are because they have their own food pantries that are affiliated with the food bank of the Golden Crescent. So we don't want to double dip.
Right.
And nobody does. Now, we do have a couple of areas of Austin County that are really remote from Austin County's distribution area, and that would be New Ulm and Cat Spring.
Okay. And then how can people find you physically and or reach you online?
Okay, online it is columbusfoodpantry.org. We have a Facebook page. Just go to Facebook and search Columbus Food Pantry. And physically, our distribution sites, I mean, we don't have a standing office, but our distribution site is 419 Washington Street in Columbus, and that is the Family Life Center for the First United Methodist Church of Columbus. I will say that we are tenants in that center, and the church is incredibly gracious with that space. We occupy, when they built that new Family Life Center, they built a pantry for us where we have our freezers, our pump jacks, our food. It was just very generous. They built a whole family for us, and then they let us use it 2 days a month. And it's just, it's a blessing. It's just a blessing. Well, we are not an official ministry of that church, but that church is really, that's where we're located, and they are more than gracious.
Excellent. Well, Kelli Metzenthin, I want to thank you so much for sharing your story with us, sharing the story of the food pantry in Columbus, as well as all the amazing work you do. Thank you so much.
Well, I will tell you that it's an honor.